All right, guys, back at you again with another AVID Perception podcast. You can see it on Dash Perception channel and all the social media. We got here one of my buddies from the gym, Mr. Ryan Salatti.
Saltini.
I mixed his name when he said so your name is like last name is Salatti, Salati. TT.
Yeah.
Okay. And I thought it was Saltini. And then when I looked at it, it's like, this is combining salt and tahini.
We also had, right beforehand, talked about Tahiti.
Tahiti,
just flew right into that.
That's dope. Yeah. And now we got him in. I know, been out for a little while, but now we're coming back with vengeance. Let's talk about poisons in our food, brother. No, I'm joking. So, yeah, we'll get into that. Ryan changed his diet to a holistic approach kind of diet, right?
Yeah.
And like, how long have you been doing that?
It's been a little over a month now.
So from the normal standard American diet?
Yeah, pretty much. I was eating probably even worse than...
probably even worse than the standard? Yeah. Above standard American diet?
Yeah. Or below, I don't know which way.
Below.
Yeah.
I don't know, it doesn't go below. 70% grains, it doesn't go below.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but there was basically no like limitations.
So can you take me through a day? Like it was so bad, bad? Like
yeah,
wake up with Lucky Charms?
No. So I've never been a big cereal person.
That's good.
But it was just like, and I love pizza, but it was a lot of pizza. And,
I mean,
there was a lot of grains with it.
Okay.
Yeah, and you eat meat and vegetables, but it's not like nothing near what I do now.
But it was a lot of pizza. That's a major.
Oh yeah, and pizza's basically its own food group at that point. Yeah.
What did he tell me that pizza like had one of those like umami flavor, right?
Oh yeah, it's
like so addicting. That's why we all cannot forget it.
Yeah, I don't know the names of it of what they are, but there's like 3 different types of like taste perceptions and it has all 3. There's like one that's in like tomatoes and one
savory or something.
One that's in cheese and another one that's in like the crust of the bread, and it's like when you combine them. And very few foods have like all 3, and pizza is one of them.
Oh, so yeah, I agree. Yeah, not a lot of food. Maybe mozzarella bites.
Yeah. Typically, foods only have like 1 or 2, or none really if it doesn't. It doesn't have it, but. Just things that taste good to almost everyone.
Pizza is. Did you know that cheese have quesomorphine?
What is that?
It's a different version of morphine.
Acts
on the same receptor.
Interesting. Yeah. It makes sense.
It makes sense. Nobody can, because that's true. Because I see a lot of people, even when going through like whatever, trying to eat healthy, it's like I cannot drop cheese, dude.
That's like if I wanted to try being vegan, like I just couldn't because I would fail immediately without cheese.
I
need it.
But what kind of cheeses are you getting? Like the Gautier or like the Romano Asiago or like the good not so processed, or you don't really care?
No, I mean
Hopefully
I'm certainly
American.
not eating American. Yeah, if it's like cheese product, then I won't.
Yeah.
What is the spray one called? Cheese Whiz.
Cheese Whiz, yeah.
I couldn't.
Didn't put that.
It doesn't even like taste good. I'm not.
Yeah, it tastes much.
Yeah, I buy like shredded cheese or the bricks of cheese, but no American or cheese products.
Cheese products.
Cheese plastic.
And we're saying that because for most people who doesn't know why we're making fun of American cheese, because it's not cheese. It's mostly plastic, though.
It doesn't even like look or
it
feel
doesn't
like
look or feel like cheese. It feels like a piece of like, and if you left it out, it doesn't go bad, dude.
It's like melted plastic.
Yeah, melted plastic. That's government cheese, you know? It's like that's how they call it, right? Yeah. American cheese is government cheese, right? Yeah. We wanted to find something to feed the masses. So we thought, like, why worry about like a lot of milk and like the product of milk and getting real cheese? Let's just put a lot of plastic in it, you know? It comes in and out and you're pretty good. But what people miss is that plastics does not leave your body.
True. Yeah.
So depending on how many double cheeseburgers you got. Yeah. But dude, that's so bad though. Like every burger we had, have American cheese.
Yeah.
Like think of all your favorite spots: In-N-Out, Five Guys, McDonald's, obviously, but McDonald's is a whole different story. But all the fast food, all the fast food restaurants.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like the go-to for a burger is like
American
you want it as
plastic cheese,
like sloppy and the worst for you as possible. That's like how you want it to.
Yeah.
When you go to order a burger. I don't want them healthying. Like if I'm getting a burger, I don't want them to healthy up my junk food, right?
I want the most recreational drugs comparative. Yeah. I want to have like that high queso, that high fats and sugar, that high salt, so it hit that 3 trifecta.
Yeah.
So I think burger can be comparable to pizza, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And if I go to like McDonald's, like people are like, "Oh, McDonald's really bad for you," you know, and it is, of course. But it's like I'm not going to McDonald's for my health, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going there because I want McDonald's.
Like, yeah, I'm getting chicken nuggets. I'm doing the clean bulk. Dude, this is 75 ingredients in that chicken nuggets, homie. This is not clean. This is what's called the dirty bulk, you know?
Yeah.
And obviously, you're going to love McDonald's because it's like a lot of billions of dollars, bro, have been put in research to make this shit like...
Yeah.
Insane. Like they spent like that crackling, the like recreational. Yeah.
aspect,
Like it's all of it. And even the fries that they use, which is supposed to be the worst thing for you as a human to eat.
So good.
Even I know, even worse than the cheese. Yeah. What about pepper jack cheese? Have you tried to opt out for pepper jack?
I love pepper jack.
So Carl Jr. have like a jalapeno burger with pepper jack cheese and jalapeno on it. So, but again, where it's nothing is healthier at this point. Yeah.
I'm going for flavor here.
Yeah. So I guess like the little bit of plastic. Well, what is percentage of this burger is plastic? A lot of it. Yeah.
I don't even want to know. I don't want. You should. Like, some things are better left not known.
I know it's bad, but don't like overwhelm me.
It's like ignorance is bliss.
Exactly. I mean, depends, but it's true. But ignorance is a bliss with like you're not gonna worry about it, but you're gonna still suffer the consequences, though.
Yeah.
Is it though a bless? I still don't agree with that statement at all.
I mean, the saying itself is, I mean, just a saying, right?
It's true.
But you certainly shouldn't be ignorant about things that, especially when it comes to your body and like your overall health. So maybe the saying is overly used and should just remain unsaid, I guess. And
I agree with the part that, which I was in that part too, was like the peace you feel when you do not know a lot of things.
Yeah.
But then again, that's losing your own life responsibility and giving it to like, oh, they know how to do it better. The government.
Why should I have to think? For
exactly.
myself?
Of course, they're not going to sell me something that is toxic and filled with plastic. You know, they're not going to.
They would never.
How would they ever? This is America, bro. Number one. So they wouldn't really. Like some people wouldn't really consider that this is even a thing, right? And they don't know. And I agree. You feel healthy. I was one of those people, man. I feel healthy, you feel happy, and like healthy in your mind, like you're not worried or stressed, or try to be like one of the insane people that I am one of them right now. That like looking at everything, know where it came from, what it is, what it would do, because my whole life I've been like working and food, working out and food. So my only parameter was like, I know I do my best work when I'm like whatever in the gym or athlete or whatever, but I cannot blame my work because I overwork anybody else. So it always comes to the food. So it's like, what is wrong with the food? It's like, turns out there's a lot wrong with the food.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Yeah.
Since switching to my diet, I feel a lot better doing it. Even if it's only been a little bit over a month, I do feel a lot better on it.
Can we get the mic closer to you if you want?
Yeah,
just
sorry about that.
No, you're good. Yeah. And do you sleep better? Do you still have cravings?
Oh, no, not really. It's definitely satiating. Is that the word?
Satiated, yeah, because saturated fats.
Yeah. And just you feel fuller on it. And I feel like, well, I know for certain that like the higher fat content is far more energy dense than what a carb could give you. And of course, carbs have their part. You get them from vegetables, fruits. You just don't really need that, like,
correct, yeah.
extra.
You know why, though, right?
why you wouldn't need the extra.
Why you wouldn't need carbs? Because this sounds like a strange thing to a lot of people. So when you eat fat, it directly goes to the blood, and it's like your body uses it as energy.
Yeah.
While you eat carb, it goes through spike the insulin, and then the insulin have to store it as fat, and then it's then have to be getting out from storage to be used as energy. Yeah. That's why you can only feel the sugar spike, and you don't really feel energy after it because it's not really a source of energy.
Right. Yeah. No, I've definitely heard that. And when you can first consume carbs, that spike is like you can directly measure that like output from your body. But eating fat, it's like, first of all, ketones or fat are far more like energy dense than like glucose could ever be. And you don't really get that spike when you eat fat as your main energy source. You sort of bypass that.
Yeah.
Spike and crash mentality.
Which is what it is. Glycation. We talked about this. So glycation is how much sugar or insulin spikes you have in your life. The more you have glycation, the more you have sugar spikes. The faster you die and the faster you age. So by slowing that process of that insulin spike, if you can eat even something that is sugary or sweet, if you can couple it with good amount of protein and good amount of fat, you're not going to have that spike, Or like do fiber first, protein, and then the source of carb, if you really want to do rice and cannot live without rice and stuff like that. I know, man. It's just so amazing how we, like from this perspective talking, but that's the whole idea, is just trying to communicate for like everyday Joe, that is, it's not really that difficult, bro, just grab meat and that's it, and have everything you want.
Yeah.
If you really...
It doesn't need to be really complicated.
Yeah. But it is, because there's so many tendencies.
There's a lot of nuance to it. And I certainly don't know everything. And I feel like I only know what I know, I guess, is much as it doesn't really mean something to someone else. But yeah.
It is not public knowledge. And that's scary, though.
It's true. It is harder to find. There's like two types of systems or functioning systems, I guess. There's like the abstraction that outsiders are like led to believe, and then there's like the reality that insiders like operate within. And so it is with nutrition, right? You're taught these things like the food pyramid and ingrained in your brain, that's the abstraction that you're taught. And you don't incrementally learn how the system works. You sort of systematically unlearn what you've been trained to think about it.
Is that normal though?
I think that...
Oh, nice. Okay.
I think a lot of systems operate that way, and nutrition's no different. It's like, what was it, like over 70% of nutrition studies like can't be replicated, basically are just like void. They haven't really, as far as like professional nutrition goes, they can't really tell me anything new that they've learned that like can be verified like throughout time through testing and more experiments.
So what are those systems? I'm not familiar with this perspective before. Like what kind of systems like that? I know, because like if even there's a president or there's a king or something, what they know is completely different than what the population know. Yeah. Correct?
Oh yeah, totally. And also it's like you said, it's about your own body, right? You have to try things and what feels right to you.
Yeah, correct.
So it's not, while there are like standards that exist, like the food pyramid, which we could probably like
inverse it.
We could talk smack about it all day.
Lucky Charms is healthier than steak, bro.
Right.
You know it.
Yeah, exactly. But at the end of the day, you're gonna have, like, people will have to go and figure out what works best for them.
Correct.
And yeah, it just...
So one thing about this, because I've been doing like the carnivore, the fat diet more, and it's all fine and dandy until you're faced with this APOB. You know what that is?
Mm-mm.
So that's like the cholesterol in your vein that cause atherosclerosis and actually can make you die from heart attack or cardiovascular disease, or give you like aneurysm, blood clot, and stuff like that. And actually it increases from dietary fat, but again, that's the same medicine that will give people one of the most toxic drugs, statins and stuff like that, to fight cholesterol, which is supposed to do the reverse of what your body's supposed to do, you know? So the jury's still out on that. So what I would tell like a lot of people is just like lose your weight first and actually go on high fat, high protein is way better, way healthier. You don't feel like you're dieting in the first place. And then from there, once you kind of got in the hang of it, you know, you can see, can you go leaner one day? Can you increase you can play with it, you know? But to worry about it from the get-go, I think that's very difficult.
Yeah, it's also really hard to convince people that a high-fat diet is like not bad for them because it's just been so demonized like in our society.
But they talk about like the high like poly and mono unsaturated fat, but these are worse than trans fat and hydrogenated oils and all that stuff. They are like multiplied when you have like high fructose corn syrup, when you have an insulin spike. And usually we get them with an insulin spike, you know? And that's why like it's like insane. Especially
combining them together.
Yeah, hydrogenated oil. Back home, like we're like so you know what trans fat does? It molds with the cells of your heart, bro. It's insane. It make it less functional. You don't know that? Yeah.
I didn't know. I mean, they banned it in California, I think.
No,
right?
bro. Everything you see that have 0 grams trans fat is actually half a gram of trans fat.
Okay.
And FDA came up with it.
Well, I know that
a bag of Ruffles have like a couple of grams of trans fat.
Okay. I know if it's less than 1 for everything, then I think they can round down.
Yeah, they say it's 0, but it's half.
The reality, yeah.
That's what
I have this food scanning app that tells me exactly. It's called a chronometer. It does a bunch of different ones. I got rid of MyFitnessPal used to have a scanner, but now it's like a paid function. So I just switched over to a different one. But
but a Seed Scout, I'll probably get this. So you guys, for you, like, what is your app called?
Chronometer.
Chronometer. We're gonna put it on the screen.
Okay.
And I have another one because that's what I want to do. Someone called Seed Oil Scout and Yuka, YUKA, and this one is so dope because you literally can scan anything in the grocery store, and it will show you, this have colorants, it have preservative, this is banned, and it's insane how many stuff that is banned in here. Banned in Europe that we eat it here regular. Like 90% of our stuff, the food colorings, the red dyes, the red yellow 40, all that good stuff, you know, the hydrogenated oils, all that soybean oils, you know, it's not in Sweden, it's not in Netherlands. Like, why, bro? Why they feed us toxins in here?
Just America, you know, America. You got the American like industrial complex being shoved down your throat.
Like, the whole country is an industrial complex. Yeah, bro. I agree with you on that end, but it is scary though. Like it's pretty creepy that people are getting worse and unhealthier, and then that would end up being more depressed, more unhappy, and then they will either hurt themselves or someone else because they're desperate. You don't want people to be desperate. Like that's like the final straw of anybody's life. If you really don't, if you really like just imagine a person who was married, having 3 kids, and then now he's homeless because of the child support. You see all the videos with all the child support. The woman is not, or whatever, vice versa, or the husband is not working but just living off like whatever is making the most money, and then when they get divorced, that's the one supposed to pay the child support and alimony. So it's either man or woman, they're like taking advantage of that. And then the other person is like, oh no, I'm not gonna waste my life on you. So like they do crazy stuff, man. So it's insane. And I think health is a huge part of it, man. Food is mood. If you don't eat good, you don't feel good. And then you're prone, I'm not saying you're 100% gonna do good choices, but you're prone to do like horrible stuff.
I really like that, the food is mood thing.
Yeah, man.
Like you are what you eat. Food is mood. I haven't heard that one. before.
I feel better. How do you feel after this?
I feel good.
If you ate pizza, I'll be jacked up like jackrabbits for 2 hours, and then after that, right?
Yeah.
That's how
the crash.
Yes. Do you have cheat days? Not today.
No.
I agree.
Not with I don't. I feel like if I cheated, then I would just keep cheating.
And I agree. And also what I found to be like more like in my diet, even when I cheat. So if I'm doing like carnivore, which is most of the time is either meat or ground beef and eggs, the days I want to cheat, I would add like the blueberries around the workout. I'll add raw milk. And bro, that would fill me up.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll feel energy from it too. But if I tried to do like switch to, I'm going to try a cereal today, my joints start hurting. I feel weaker, lethargic. It is the same quality, like it is the same kind of calories, but this huge difference, bro, between the two of them.
If I feel the need to cheat, I think that means I should still operate within like how my diet is, but just find a new way or find something new to eat like with it that would satisfy whatever cheat meal I'm trying to get or like what I'm craving. Like you find out new ways to cook things that still like abide by whatever like the diet that you're on or how
I think that's the best. I'm trying to adopt this, but maybe on a late age because I kind of got overwhelmed and I actually exhausted from like dieting and eating like shitty quality protein like fish and stuff when we know how good is farm fish tastes for you, right?
Yeah.
You know how good it is. Yeah, it's filled with antibiotics, the trace minerals, trace poison, sorry. And then they put all the fish in the tub, they breathe each other feces. So when you're getting from this like washed up protein, other than toxins and antibiotics, is like nothing really is that good for you.
Especially when they're so confined, they have no choice but to just breathe in shit, I guess.
And now they have like open water, which they put like a fence or like a cage.
It's like cage-free eggs, but their definition of a non-cage is like
cage-free eggs, dude. They can put that legally if they would open one door in the barn for like an hour a day.
It's like slightly bigger.
What kind of chicken will go out when there's no chicken outside? They're like a community kind of thing, and they're all inside. So no chicken goes outside, obviously, but they had the option to.
Yeah.
And that's the legal terms we're talking about, man. It's just insane.
Free range is far better, I think.
Correct. Pasture raised, free range. Yeah, correct. Yeah. These are really, really good options instead of the normal ones. So back to like the same thing again. I agree. Like going from extreme like eating trash and coming back, so it's like recreational drugs, you know. You reach a point where it's like, no man, I don't really need to go for that high. If I'm missing high fat, I'll drink raw milk. If I'm missing a little bit of sweets, I'll eat like organic blueberries or something. And then that actually put me in a lot better mood and feeling too, you know, like you feel you have your energy back and stuff, because usually you want to cheat is like your body's depleted, and most of the time when we're hungry for sugars, we actually are craving salt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never heard that. That makes sense. But, And they're two opposites too, like the sweetness and the saltiness.
Correct. And so if you felt like you're craving something sweet, do you have like Himalayan sea salt or Celtic sea salt?
Yeah,
okay, good.
Pink Himalayan.
Yes. Take a little bit on a teaspoon, we'll chug it with water.
Really?
Bro, it's better than coffee. I know coffee is one of the best things for like appetite suppression and stuff. And also because salt is an electrolyte, especially if you're getting Himalayan or like Celtic or Celtic, I have no idea. The salt, you have no idea what it's called.
I don't know either.
And it's this kind of minerals that comes up with it too that rehydrates you to a point that you feel your brain is like, oh, I'm getting back. Like, you know, when you get like you feel energy for a little while after you eat that pizza or all that. It's all the sodium in it, man. So
makes sense.
Yeah. So if you're getting good water and then you're having the salt with it, because dude, I eat like over 17 grams of salt a day. And that's normal for people who like work out a lot, run a lot, go to sauna or steam or stuff like that.
And you lose a lot of it too in the sauna and steam room.
And then it's super hot outside, you know, you go outside, you feel like, you know, you got sunstroke or something, and like you cannot function the whole day, you're tired. It's like, dude, you need electrolytes.
Yeah.
You know? And people think about salt as like this, you're supposed to eat like a little bit, you're not supposed to eat salt. No, bro.
It's one of the demonized things,
And this is way more dangerous than regular, because salt, bro, it helps with bone sedimentation, brain neurofunction, your nervous system to function correctly. So when you take out salt, you as a functional biological thing is not working correctly. And when they try to torture people, they put them in like no light so they wouldn't get vitamin D, and they wouldn't give them food for prisoners or something. So their bones would crack when they hit them, because salt causes sedimentation in the bones.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, man, there is the salt wars. That's where it all started, because it gives people strength. We misunderstand salt, and now they ruin it. They wash it up. They have this all emulsifiers and anti-caking agent. As like 1 teaspoon is 1,500 milligrams, which is not supposed to. If you took 1 teaspoon from Himalayan, it's like 250 milligrams of salt, and then you have all the other minerals on
You're
top
talking
of
like
it.
chemical salt, table salt?
Versus like the regular table salt. I
Yeah.
don't want to name brands, you know, so we don't get canceled and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, chemical salts are interesting, and you can just go and buy sea salt or some other naturally occurring variant of it.
There is one in Colorado, American salt too. It's very dope. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think
it's
so.
like look like a pink a little bit too.
Okay.
Yeah, when we go to like Whole Foods or something, I'll show you. It's actually American made. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Or maybe you could throw it on the
Throw it on
TV.
a little bit, for hydration in this heat. Agreed, bro. So
It has been really hot.
it is really hot. It is really hot.
Bad. No, it has been like outside, you know.
It has been
this
yesterday
week.
too. Yeah, bro. At night,
And
it was like 98.
it like doesn't go away.
And I was like, I thought I'm supposed to turn the AC at night, and then I'm going out. I was like,
Yeah.
am I waking up wrongly? Like I felt like, you know, when everything is upside down, how is it that hot at night?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And you listen to like what the electric company is like, oh yeah, you can turn it on during off hours or on non-peak hours.
It's like,
And
what
it's
is that?
It doesn't stop.
What is that?
It's always peaked.
Trying to starve us in the dry heat here,
Yeah.
man. It's so interesting. It is so interesting. And I have no idea like why it would get such a high peak heat, but I mean, it is what it is. Are you like a lake person or a
I love the
pool?
lake. Yeah, I like pools too.
You go to like in the morning, right, to work a little bit by the pool?
Yeah. When I'm not at work, I go to the pool. Actually, go quite a bit. But yesterday. I went to the Lifetime pool,
Okay.
and then I went to my friend's pool like immediately after, and he has like this. It's like a pond on his property, and we didn't go in it, but it's like so nice just to be in that. But yeah, I had a lot of swimming, a lot of sun.
That's good.
Yeah.
How did the party go that he invited me to? Did you guys end up going out, not staying at that place?
Yeah, we went to a couple bars. It was fun.
That's
yeah.
good. Connor was there or no?
No. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. And like I was busy that night, but and I slept early too. But yeah, hit me up next time. It sounds like a lot of fun.
All right.
And are you having a close by farms or something for your nutrition as like
No, but I
eggs?
would love to go to like some farmers markets or something. I know that up in like Grass Valley area, there's a bunch of them that you can go to. Even in like Auburn and
Oh
yeah, they have the Folsom Farmers Market too, I think.
is it like Sundays and Saturdays or
I
something?
think it's Sundays. Yeah. And they just set up a tent and go shop around.
Just do it,
Probably
yeah.
make a day out of it or something.
But what did he have though? Because every time I looked at the farmer's market, it was also like just vegetables and like homemade
It is a lot of that.
molasses and stuff.
But they're like nearby farms that
That's it,
you
yeah.
could literally drive to the farm that they're operating at and see. But yeah, it's all, not all, but a lot of it is like organic produce and fresh. Like they literally grabbed it that week. And
Yeah, I agree. And I tried the organic farm fresh eggs. They were blue, obviously, which is amazing.
Blue?
Yeah, I didn't show you the picture. I will put it up there. Yeah, they have an interesting look to themselves.
like a blue tint or
Every egg is different color.
yeah.
Dude.
I buy eggs from that are like that from Safeway. They're like way more expensive, but
That's
they're,
exactly it.
free range and natural, you know.
Yeah, and
None
it's
of this caged and here's your food product that they feed them, and it's all
and it's all felt corn, bro.
Yeah.
GMO corn,
Yeah.
and then we're not
like
putting.
food paste as their food source.
They're giving the chicken dry food, just like dogs. Dude, come on, man. This is not fun at all. And
Even the yolk in the egg looks totally
it's a lot
different.
orange.
Yeah.
Have a lot more.
And then you get like a regular like white egg, and then you crack it, and it's like
White.
very light
yellow.
Yeah, it's
very
like
light,
totally different.
like faintly.
Yeah.
You know, like I might wear this color. It's not that bright. You know what I'm talking about? Especially when you crack them next to each other, there's a huge difference.
Yeah, and I don't know what it would. Maybe it's the choline in it, because I know that's orange, which is really good for your brain.
Correct.
But yeah, I don't know why they're. I mean, it's still like an egg, and it came from a chicken. You know,
No.
that food source that they're eating must be
Completely
somehow
different.
either pulling it out of the egg, or like they're not
Do
producing
you
it.
know there's some type of sugars that we have here? I don't want to say the names because it's such a popular sugar everywhere.
Okay.
It's not allowed, and well, it's high fructose corn syrup, so it's not allowed in like the Scandinavian country like Norway, Denmark, you know, all these people, because it actually denature or like would ruin, like would make the absorption less for nutrients, so it would suck out the nutrients from your body and would make you malnourished.
Wow.
Just by eating this sugar.
Dang, I did not know that. Yeah, I mean, we have tons of high fructose corn syrup stuff here.
It's everywhere, bro.
Yeah,
it's everywhere, and a different kind of versions of it, because like there's 17 types of the same thing. Cane sugar, high fructose corn syrup, rice sugar, dude. It's yeah.
I really like the plant sugar, like the allulose, and a little bit of the
monk fruit.
erythritol. Monk fruit is super sweet, like 250% sweeter than sugar somehow.
Some people don't like stevia because it's a little bitter and then have aftertaste.
It does. Yeah. And all of them can technically, I guess, mess with your digestion if you have too much of it.
Correct.
But, I mean, that could be like anything, though. You know, you have too much of something and it messes with your digestion. Yeah.
I mean, agreed. Yes, agreed.
In general,
but but again, like they're telling you, as long as you're doing everything good, you're not eating really high sugars, you're taking care of your diet, then this stuff I'm not worried about. But when you try to stack it together, you know, like you wake up, you have an item, the cereal have over 100 item ingredient, and then you go with the milk, you know that the milk.
So you're more like ingredient minimizing, is that
correct? Yeah, single ingredient. That's the whole idea.
Okay.
And the more we add ingredients, the more it's not really a food anymore.
Gotcha. Basic whole food like ingredients. You should be able to concisely say all of the ingredients in what you're buying.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Because other than that, it's just a chemical. Because I'm a chemist, right? I'm a pharmacist. Pharmacists know a lot more about chemistry than even some chemists.
Sure.
So when you look at like this is just you're gonna add a little bit of flavor, and then you're gonna add the preservative, and gonna taste bad, right? Then you're gonna fix the chemical process with adding natural flavor, which is not natural, by the way. And then you're gonna add more colorings and more sugar and more different type of sugar. Then like, what is this? It's not food.
It's like a potion.
Yeah, exactly. It's recreational drugs. It's not food, bro.
Yeah.
And then people's like, 20 grams of protein. Okay, how many ingredients? Like 200? No cow, but more BS? I don't know.
That's probably a really safe rule of thumb, is if you can't really pronounce it, then probably shouldn't. I mean, of course, there's always exceptions. You know?
No, I know.
But that's in general, totally.
Yeah,
really
that's what I believe. Like I even holded one of my favorite chocolate bar as a kid, Cadbury, and I'm looking at it as like,
what color is the label?
Purple? It's purple.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
I know my favorite was fruit and nut, but you know, like the one with the raisins and hazelnut.
Okay,
so good. Anyway, I found out that there's this item. I don't know what it is. It's called PR or something.
Okay.
And it's like, this is exactly what we're talking about. You shouldn't consume stuff.
What is
I don't know.
Oh,
I didn't research it.
I've never heard of it.
I even searched on like, I had it on the videos. Like, can somebody please tell me what is that?
Oh gosh.
You know, like I know I'm not gonna eat this, but there is more stuff that we don't understand that they abbreviated. Like it's like a common, you know, acetylsalicylic acid.
And it's just like a random thing.
Yes, yeah. It's just so weird because it's a chemical process, man. It's insane. I know. It's just tough. Life is tough when you try to go for the sugar route. Stay out of the sugar industry.
I just bought this like baking chocolate chips.
Nice.
But there's zero net carbs in it.
What is sweetened with?
5 grams of fiber. There's 8 carbs total.
Okay.
5 grams of it is fiber, and 3 grams is the erythritol. I think it's pronounced erythritol.
I have no idea, but sure.
Yeah, and
I
that's
don't
like
use
it's just
sweeteners.
like the sugar alcohol that's found in like watermelon.
Okay.
And yeah, 0 net carb. Tastes like dark chocolate, like it's good.
Okay.
I made brownies with it. Really good.
For real?
Yeah.
How do you make your like
My gosh.
keto brownies?
They're actually like,
Actually, for
so
people who want to
good.
listen, please look at the camera
Yeah.
and look at a lot of like keto fans. You know, how can you make brownies?
Yeah, you use almond flour. Maybe I can give the recipe to this somehow. but
Okay, I'll
I
put it
made 'em.
online. I'll put it like I'll write it down. I'll put it on.
I made
this.
it twice. The first
Sure.
time was like okay, and the second time was perfect. I used
Okay.
The first time I used erythritol as the sugar.
Okay.
But it doesn't. It's not water soluble, so the brownies came out as a bit grainy.
Okay.
But then I used the allulose, and that one is water soluble, just like table sugar or
Is it
table
1-to-1?
Sugar.
It's compared.
No, it's
5?
it's like allulose is like 70% as sweet as sugar, but the recipe accounts for the correct
okay.
conversion of it.
Okay.
And it turned out really good. Yeah,
So-
they're like fudgy in the middle, and it's yeah. I like brought them to work, and everyone's like, "Wow, these are really good."
Damn.
Yeah.
And no spike in blood sugar.
Yeah.
Damn. I'm proud of
Yeah,
you, bro. I'm proud to
Literally,
see
like,
the creative people.
You eat a brownie, and it's like 2 grams of carbs,
guilt-free.
Yeah,
No
you
fat,
eat the whole
too.
batch, and like still have enough like
Yeah, because there is no source of fat, right?
Yeah.
They didn't put
Well,
butter.
there's butter in it.
Okay, good.
And then there's eggs.
All right.
You know, for the dough. And then
So what are
and
the
then the almond
ingredients?
flour
if
has
someone on
almonds have a good like the polyunsaturated fats and the
Correct.
monounsaturated fats, which are like really heart healthy.
Yeah.
So it was almond flour,
Almond flour, butter.
yeah, like a little bit of baking powder.
Okay.
Like I think it was
A
like half
tiny bit, yeah. Half teaspoon?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the chocolate chips. You melt the chocolate chips, like
Oh,
half
okay.
of them, with the butter, and then that makes like the brownie brown, you know, and give
Pretty
it that
much.
chocolate flavor. And then you can like fold in the other half of the chocolate chips into it, so you get that like gooey. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll send the recipe, and then we can put it in.
I'll put it in. I'll put it on.
So
yeah,
good.
yeah. I bet. Yeah. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. And it's like, I kind of also, because I want to like minimize the stuff, is like, dude, it's kind of like a cycle of like, I'm gonna be craving something looking sweet, then I have to replace it with like 3 or 4 or 5 ingredients, which is just sound healthy and dope, by the way. But for me, I'm like kind of like, what is from A to B? Like, you know, a car, like it's supposed to go from point A to point B.
Yeah.
What is the shortest amount of time that I can make the least preparation time of food? And I agree, this is like a very huge common issue right now. And we're crushed on time. And then like, how would that hit my body? It's gonna give me the nutrition that I want super fast? Yes or no? And from there, I found out it's either steak or eggs, but I'm willing to try these, you know, other stuff, because it's still, I'm not doing any high fructose corn syrup. I'm
Yeah.
not doing any stuff. So this is like delights in here and there. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I
think
agree.
my go-to is like I'll make like a shake, like a protein shake, and I'll have spinach and almond
Green
butter.
shake.
Yeah, green shake, exactly. And then I'll add my scoop of protein, and I'll put cottage cheese in it.
Oh.
Like has protein and fat. And then like I have this seed. It's like flax seeds, hemp seeds, and chia seed mix.
seeds.
Yeah, and that's add that in, high fiber and a lot of
Nice.
other nutrients and vitamins in that, and then almond milk, and it comes out to, I don't know the exact.
I think around 70 to 100.
Yeah, at least for the fat content was much higher than what a normal like shake would be, and then and that's like without using whole milk or anything like that. And the sugar, like it was like less than 5 carbs, I think. And then
you have a lot of fiber.
protein.
Yeah.
And and then the spinach and all the other like
Arugula or kale, which one you put with
oh,
it?
I haven't so I like It's so interesting. I actually just had this kale dish that was like, because kale is normally like has that bitterness to
That's
it.
what I'm saying. How did you translate kale?
And I guess if you like massage kale, it gets rid of it. And they did that when they made this dish for me, and it like worked. I don't
Like
know. I had
massage,
never heard
like
of this. Yeah, when
okay.
you're like washing it, and it got rid of the bitterness of the kale, and it tasted really good. It was like this. It was like this cheese and like olive oil and tomato and kale, and it was like the best thing ever. I don't know what it was. I tried to like, I took a picture of the recipe and like text, I turned it to text and pasted it into Chat GPT, and it couldn't tell me the name of like what it was, and they couldn't tell me what the name of it was, and it was just like this like.
What is this dish?
It's like yeah, it was like ChatGPT called it like a kale salad, like a warm kale salad,
Yeah.
and then basically just listed all of the like
Ingredients?
It was like 5 ingredients, you know, and I mean, God, it was so good.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Do you like artichoke?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's very heart healthy.
Yeah.
So what is your idea about like this concept of people talking about kale especially and spinach and stuff like that? It have something called oxalates, which something that fight nutrition to actually be absorbed by your body.
Oh, interesting. I haven't really heard of that. I've heard of like where they say it increases your risk of developing like kidney stones. I've heard
Correct.
of that.
That's the
oxalic
spinach.
acid
Yeah, and of course, yeah, because high potassium, even the banana.
So that is true.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct. Yeah.
But if you steam it, then it might get rid of that effect.
I am not familiar with that. I mean, like
I don't
usually
know
you can
enough
eat these
either.
stuff, but like not too much of anything. But yeah, but there's also that point of like whatever you're putting it with. Like if you're seeing that vitamins and minerals and nutrients in that food, it's gonna not be 100% going into your body just
Sure.
because you're having the spinach, just because you're having
Yeah.
the kale. Yeah.
Yeah, I certainly wouldn't want to like. If it did put you at more at risk of, obviously spinach is good for you, you know.
Yeah. You can switch it with arugula too. So
Yeah.
it doesn't have the same concentration of potassium. And
I wouldn't want to like demonize the vegetable
No,
just because someone said like, oh, it increases your risk of kidney stones.
and I think
you know?
some of these even the plant, because we're not supposed to eat plants generally as evolution, so that's
Oh,
why they
you
have
don't think that?
phytochemicals.
Whoa,
No,
wait,
but
that's
but
interesting.
what I'm trying to say is that some of the development of our like gut and our brain is because of these phytochemicals cause the reaction in our body to actually be more under stress and more of the autophagy, more of the health effects that people talk about. And that's why when see people go to a whole plant-based diet, they feel a lot better, right?
Oh, yeah.
So there is science behind there. Yes, they're not getting the main nutrients from animal fat and
There's
stuff like
a
that.
lot of things animals have that you can't get.
Exactly,
from
100%. You don't have full protein in any kind of like this is stuff like it's already like done, you know. But the idea that they feel a lot better and the blood work is amazing and they're increasing strength.
Sure.
So that shows me that, well, it's not all vegetables, and it also depends on like how you want to target it. Like like if you want to add. Maybe this with the breakfast, so you have like more fiber to fill you up through the day. But maybe when you're eating lunch, you try to add to make less of the oxalate and increase on heavy cheese or like fat and protein in these times, so they wouldn't fight together. But at the end of the day, bro, I never counted calories from vegetables. And that's why I don't really like add them or not. I don't think they matter at all, but it's all flavor and kind of thing. Yeah.
I at first when I like a month ago or whatever, I was scanning everything just to be sure that I was hitting my exact. But
calories
now
and
that
macros.
I've gone on, you get used to it and you know what you can and can't have. But every time I come across something that I've never heard of, I gotta like scan it once just to know, and then it's up here and I can just factor it in.
Okay.
Yeah. So I haven't been. I should probably keep scanning things to know everything that I'm getting and making sure I'm not missing out on some, because it breaks it down. Like it has a protein section and it'll have like God, there's like tons of different types of.
Wow, really?
Yeah, like, and it'll tell you all of your, like the recommended amount for each protein type. And I usually always hit them all because it's just like, when you look at your label, it says, oh, it has 12 grams of protein, but it's really like, it's probably like 2 grams of this type and then like 3 grams of this type. And this keeps track of those breakdowns, just like the trans fat thing. It'll break down your fats into smaller subcomponents, and it'll show you things that you can't really see on the label.
Okay.
You know, and I think what was yours called?
Yakawai.
Yours does the same thing, and it can break it down further and tell you more information. That was cool. It tells you things that are banned in other
countries. Yeah.
Mine doesn't do that. That's pretty cool.
90% of the stuff we eat.
And like the colors and stuff.
Yeah, the red for diet. Yeah,
nice.
you're gonna love it. Yeah.
I gotta download that.
Yeah, we can put it and try today when we go out. You're gonna love it. Yeah. No, it's amazing, dude. It's really amazing. It's really, really amazing. And generally, if like you try not to get anything that is processed, you know, like any sandwich in a box, microwave, you know, I don't need to start on that. Like just the fact that there is so many preservatives and chemicals into it, and then you're gonna microwave it in a plastic. You know what I'm talking about? It's like ham and sausage and cheese, eggs, sausage and cheese. You know, like the microwavable ones.
Yeah. No.
No, it's not a good one. Do you eat carbs on your?
It'll never be a grain. If I'm eating carbs, it's coming from some sort of fruit or vegetable.
Oh, nice. That's beautiful. Yeah. That's amazing.
I've basically cut out like all bread, no starchy vegetables, like potatoes, sweet potatoes.
That's an amazing.
No rice.
Yes. That's amazing stuff.
I drink water and almond milk. I actually just went to the dentist, and they're like, "Wow, there's no residue like anywhere on your teeth." And it's true. Like at the end of the day, when I was eating my normal diet, you always feel like that.
Yeah, there's like a layer. Yeah,
and I just don't. You don't have that anymore. It's always smooth.
It's all gluten, right?
It's a weird thing I noticed, but your teeth, like, nothing sticks to them. You don't eat anything that can stick. Yeah.
It's all gluten, correct?
Gluten? I'm not sure whether it's. I mean, it certainly comes from the carb, whether it's gluten or sugar or whatnot, but you just don't have it. Always smooth. I only want like.
Then you wipe it out. Left and right. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It sounds like a good thing. Feeling your body like not having to deal with these amount of toxins and this amount of stressors on it, 100%. You know, doing. So imagine if people overwhelming their body with all these toxins that we eat and everything. Breakfast with the cereal, egg, milk, which is already can cause some addiction. It actually have also some of those opioid effects, and it can cause like mental disorders in some people. So that's breakfast. Then you come lunch, mac and cheese, so it's plastic and sugars and fats.
The microwave black pan one.
Cheetos.
Oh God.
Cheetos, mac and cheese.
I loved Cheetos. Gosh, I still probably.
We still probably do.
Yeah, but I don't eat them. But they're so good.
It's so good.
Not the puff ones though. I was never really.
No, yeah, me too. I like the hot or the extra hot, the black one.
Oh, okay, interesting. I can never see. I love the flavor of spicy, but I just can't. I'll start like sweating, and it's like a whole.
They have made a new flavor. Again, it's not an ad for Cheetos.
You're like put it up on the screen.
Called Carolina Reaper, dude. Oh, it is not as hot as the extra hot, but it's so flavorful.
Wow.
I mean, we can like. I wish I can find a little bag from it. But when I was with these guys, like they got like a whole bag. I was like, I took a couple. I was like, this is actually delicious. It's like, duh, it's supposed to be. No, I get reminding myself they spend billions on like food scientists. All that crackling and the taste and the color.
Flavorology. What is that? The name of it? I don't even know. But
that's amazing. Like a science. Food scientist. There is food scientists. Yeah,
they literally studied like making things taste good and how your palate reacts.
Yeah, and that's McDonald's. They spend like over a couple of $1 billion. Like how much is the company itself? If you're spending a couple of $1 billion making people more addicted to your food.
There's a reason they're worth so much on this. Like their market cap is so high, you know, and the share price has gone through the roof. It's because anyone that says McDonald's isn't very good tasting is just a liar.
That's a liar because there's billions have been spent on that to make you to spike that chemical reaction regardless. You agree with McDonald's or not? You know, you're going to have the chemical reaction. Now, you don't like McDonald's. Maybe you feel bad about it later. We can agree on that. But you cannot deny the chemical reaction you're getting from this fries and burger, though.
Yeah.
So that's a lie. This is just outright lie. It's like, oh, it doesn't taste good. Compared to what? Chicken?
Right.
Steak? Real food? This is not real food. This is recreational drugs. You have to know where you're going for. You know, this is all pleasure, no play at this point.
I'm going there for like a dopamine hit.
Exactly, dopamine hit. Exactly. Like it'll turn out to a little crack house a little bit.
Like, it really does. Yeah, it does.
And then like Grimace shake. I was like, oh my god, what is it?
What?
Grimace shake now.
Oh, I've heard of this. purple?
It is purple
Okay.
because, and people try to do it healthy, just put raw milk and blueberries and a little bit of protein
make their
powder
own.
to make their own grimace shake.
Okay.
But they put one thing. They put the red 40 in it.
Okay.
And then they felt so horrible just by adding red 40 themselves. So you know how worse this stuff is, but they put it in such a minute like concentrations that you wouldn't have that initial reaction, but you'll have that overall inflammation.
Have you tried it? The shake?
The grimace shake, oh, never, no.
Okay. I don't know. What does it taste like? It is blueberry or is it
Do
not?
you want to do a taste test?
Well, I
Of
don't know if I
Carolina
can-
Reaper
I don't know.
and grimace?
Oh, that would be cool. That'd be interesting.
Okay.
I don't know if I can eat it though, right now at least.
We can take a little couple of bites. You don't have to finish it.
Yeah, that's
like a couple
true.
of bites never killed anyone.
Yeah.
You know? We can do a taste test. I have 2 mics and we can film it on the phone.
I'm down.
And see how grimace and and there's also a trick. You know when people used to put their fries in the milkshake?
Oh yes. Yeah.
Dude, that was like an epiphany to me when I learned that when I was
Oh,
25. I was like, I would get either the strawberry milkshake
Yeah.
or the chocolate milkshake and dip the fries in. I was like, how does it exacerbate the amount of how delicious? Because again, it's all chemicals.
Yeah.
I just didn't recognize that.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's the salty mixed with the sweet.
Yeah.
But I never liked that.
Oh, for
me
real?
personally, and I know I'm like, it's
You're probably rare. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't think it's normal also.
no, it's not. It
I don't
tastes-
think I'm normal to combine both.
Oh, okay.
No.
No, I've heard of it though, and it's. God, I can't remember. I think as a kid I saw it on like Kim Possible. I
Prison
think.
Break.
Prison Break.
I thought on Prison Break, yeah.
Okay.
Is it Prison Break or Breaking Bad? I don't know. One of
Breaking
these.
Bad.
Two.
I've never heard of Prison Break.
Yeah, Breaking Bad probably.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, Breaking Bad. When they caught this kid who used to work for the Eisenhower or whatever, and then he's like, they try to give him burger and fries and stuff like he was in prison, and then the guard would had the same meal, but he would dip his fries
Oh,
in the
really?
milkshake.
Okay,
Yeah, and the dude
interesting.
is like, I didn't know you can do this. It's like, I never
It's been
tried
a
it.
while since I've seen it. I didn't even watch the last season but,
Of Breaking Bad?
Yeah, I've only seen like 1 through 4, and it was in high school. I think. I was
Yeah.
like sick for a week, and
Remember Lost, dude?
Lost. I didn't.
But you remember like the hype when
Yeah.
Lost came
Oh yeah,
in.
certainly.
The first episode hooked you up. Like it got everything, but then it kept going boring. And I didn't even watch the
That's
fifth.
typically how it goes, though. They'll have like
Yeah.
a large budget for the first and finale, and it's to suck you into it, and then you keep going through the storyline, of course.
And then I think they went to like after they left Lost, which is they had to come back and then to figure out that they were already dead. It's like, dude, why wasting my time?
Spoiler alert. Yeah. Yeah, but
So maybe we'll cut this. But yeah,
I did
yeah.
read about it though because I haven't seen it. But
I think that's common knowledge at this point.
yeah, that's like they were in purgatory, right? And
Yeah, they're like
some sort of middle.
ground. If
Yeah.
they did good, they would go to heaven, and if they're not, they're gonna
Yeah,
go to
something
like
like
the
that.
bottom of the earth, I guess. And it's pretty weird. The first season was good, and then the like remember the others and Lost. Oh, dude,
See, I don't really know much about the show.
shows?
Yeah, yeah.
did you have a favorite show growing up?
Well, I don't know how
Simpsons.
young. are we
We're
allowed to
talking
go
about
back?
like no, we're talking about like the stuff that is still going on to this day.
Oh, gosh.
That everybody is around it, like Family Guy, Simpsons, Bob's Burger.
I watched a little bit of Family Guy and Simpsons, but it was never like it was just because it was on. It wasn't like I'm putting it on.
Agreed.
you know?
Yeah. American Dad. Nice.
Not a lot of TV.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's actually very healthy.
Yeah, and
That's
it's still
very
like
healthy.
that. I don't really watch shows. I'll put on movies. I like movies.
Yeah.
And I'll watch like the same ones. Usually it's like background noise.
Correct. Me too.
But if it's like too quiet, then it's unsettling. And then if there's people making noise like over here or something,
Then you kind of like
it helps
distracted.
drown it out.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
It's
I have
like a
this
little bit.
bad ADD thing. Can't have
Do you?
external sounds and tapping, clicking.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It
drives me crazy.
It doesn't. I kind of understand because I am an ADD too. It doesn't drive you crazy, but you wouldn't rest until you figure out what's going on, right?
You can't like get rid of it. I guess it's always like
Yeah, it's like a tendency.
Once you hear
yeah.
it, and it's just like that's all you can think about.
then you have to go figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But then putting on like some sort of background noise, even like white noise, really helps. Like
playing anything,
yeah,
that actually works.
It just merges it all together, so you can't really tell.
Pretty dope.
I don't know if it's the sound in general or the fact that like the noise is like outside of my control. Maybe that's the issue that I have with it. Because if I'm generating some sort of noise, it doesn't bother me, even if it's like the same type of noise. But it's not. It's like as soon as something else or someone else is doing it, then it's like, nah, it's not okay.
Maybe you think it's chaos, or like maybe you're afraid of chaos or disorder. You want to be in control with your environment. You know,
certainly want to be in control of the environment. Yeah, if I'm causing the noise, then I don't have any issue
because you're the one causing it. Yeah, but if there is something coming up, so it's like first you're intruding in where I'm staying because the noise is coming here in my place. And second is like, what the hell is that? You know, I'm not the one causing it. Yeah, I know. No, it was so hard for me to study in pharmacy school for special. It has to be like multiple stressors with ADD to just buckle down and sit for like 8, 12, sometimes 24 hours before the exam and like study for so long. And I wouldn't do that early because I would always be distracted. And that's like another part that people don't know about ADD is like you're always distracted. You can collect your focus for a specific amount of time. And it's super fucking exhausting because not only you're focusing, you're forcing yourself to focus. It's completely different. You know, if I'm telling you to lift this phone, it's different than I'm telling you to do this and force yourself to focus on lifting the phone. It's like two intentional and unintentional going into the activities. I think it burns a lot of calories too. So it was painful for me, like going through school and stuff, and actually, it's been like a lifelong journey for me, you know. But I think it's not about and the new studies is coming. It's not about the Adderall. It's not about like the ADD itself. It's about the foods, like especially cereal, causes ADD, impulsiveness. Did you hear about? Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. I don't know if I quite remember reading about it, but that does like the high sugar or something.
Yeah. That's definitely good studies coming up right now with ADD, especially with highly processed sugars or modified starches and trans fats. It just makes the person impulsive.
Especially in the development stage, if you're giving it to kids, I think it would like maybe indirectly influence how their brain develops.
100%.
I'm sort of like guessing, but it sounds reasonable.
Bro, you're doing a bolus dose of drugs on a kid by just trying like high fructose corn syrup because the brain cannot find cereal, for example. It's so popular, something that is super high in fat and super high in sugar. But then again, that's the basics. But when you go down, the fats is actually more addictive and the milk itself is so bad for you. And then when you go to the sugar, it goes through your liver, it can give you a little fatty liver just by eating high fructose corn syrup. Same as drinking. So I mean, both of them, when you layer it down, is like, oh yeah, I know why, this is not. Giving this to a kid is just ruin their expectation of what is actually delicious or not. Instead, if you gave him like a piece of fruit or a piece of blueberries or watermelon or a banana. You don't have to give him cereal though, but people just opt out. And again, it's like a generational kind of thing. I'm not really like annoyed by it, but it's just like something to take a look at your kid. Your kid gonna be super on sugar rush, and is gonna be like super loud and hyperactive, probably gonna misbehave because that's all from the things that happen from just junking, giving kids like a lot of recreational drugs that is in our food now.
Yeah, it's cutting it out certainly like readjusts your palate, and now eating fruit tastes like dessert.
Yes,
crazy.
Yes, that's something I never thought of. Yeah. Even better fruit tastes good now.
Yeah, it does. It really like shifts everything in one direction. Yeah, you no longer have like because you're so used to drinking like juices, and concentrates,
sugar water.
But now if I like were to go and try some, I would have to like put tons of water with it just because it would taste like syrup to me, really.
Yeah.
It's way too sweet. Maybe like if it was like this much juice and then like the rest of it's like all water, just to drown
Oh.
out how sweet it is.
Did you try to make your own orange juice with like putting the whole orange after peeling it and blending it?
I've never tried to make my own. No, I can't really have juices, but at least not right now.
No, but it's good. I'm juicing. Do not drink your calories. I'm 100% on not juicing or anything. Milkshakes and stuff is good because it have high protein and high fiber and stuff.
Yeah.
But like juicing in general, it's just complete BS because you're not supposed to drink your calorie. Even from milk, like you're not supposed to over drink calories.
Sure. Yeah.
That have high density or like
I'm
high
a big
sugars.
milk fan though, but I can't have
I
it
am
right
milk.
now, but,
Well, you can have it. Why? Why can't have it?
I think it has too much sugar in it. I think.
No, not the raw milk. It have the natural
Okay,
sugar.
raw milk. I'm not sure. I have to because I don't usually buy that just because it
Okay.
goes. I know it goes bad.
It goes out
faster.
fast. Yeah, just buy the half-gallon one and drink like a
I have
cup a
to
day in the
see-
morning.
And you can. You said Sprouts. You get it.
We can
or-
grab one right now.
I'm
Yeah.
down. Yeah. I want to try it and yeah.
Yeah, could get some steaks and raw milk. Yeah, man, raw milk is amazing because milk in general itself, it causes your bones and atherosclerosis, so it causes calcium to go from, so we have the osteoblast and the osteoclast. One of them take the calcium from the bones from the body to the bones, and one from the bones to the body that can cause, the calcification of the arteries. So what you need with normally with good milk, but people don't know that milk is so horrible for you. But when you have good raw milk, it actually motivates that process of clearing the calcium in your veins because it's normal. It's not hyperfilterized. It's not pasteur, what is it called? Pasteur? No,
Pasteurized?
no. When they heat it, when they cool it and heat it and cool it.
I think the pasture they pasteurize the milk to get rid
Yeah.
of the.
They take all the fat out and then they clean it. They do some chemical process on it and they add the worst parts in it. So the fat you're getting
Whatever is left.
from any pasture, from any any process of milk that went through that filtration and high temperature, low temperature to kill the bacteria. It's dude, it's gonna kill you too. I was like, what the heck is that? Yeah. It's so weird. But when you have raw milk, it does what it's supposed to do. It give you better joint function. It give you better osteoblast, taking the calcium from your veins, put it back in your body.
Probiotics.
Yes. Now you know. Probiotics, gut health, ulcers can get healed not on milk but on raw milk. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I can write a whole thesis about this.
Yeah, I got to do some more research. I've heard that it's really good, but
it is the real milk that we never had, bro.
Yeah, I certainly don't know enough about it.
Yeah, milk is essential. But so what? Are you not putting milk? But so how is the day of eating for you today? If it's after the shake in the morning.
Yeah, so I don't have milk, but I am eating a lot of cheeses.
Okay.
I do still get dairy. I know that there's some that say you shouldn't have dairy with it.
No, what kind of dairy? What kind of cheeses first? Not American, obviously.
No, not American, but there is cheddar
Cottage and cheddar is good. No, cheddar is real cheese.
Mozzarella.
That's real cheese.
Pepper jack. I love pepper jack.
I love pepper jack too.
I don't know specific brands, but
no brands. I'm just saying the types.
Yeah, they are organic though.
That's nice. That's an extra strap. Yeah,
I like cheese.
And you said cheese, and then what else throughout the day?
Sometimes a shake, not always.
Okay.
But, a lot of meat, chicken. Just really simple. I'll use butter and garlic salt.
Okay.
And, bake it, and then fish. Good amount of fish.
I love fish too. Yeah.
And then veggies. Salad and tomatoes.
What do you use for your dressing? I'm making you hungry right now.
So I am. I actually really like ranch. As bad as it sounds, but but it is really high in fat. Just ranch dressing.
You can make your own ranch.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I don't though.
I'm just
probably buy the
I'm
worst
coming out
one.
clean here.
I guess this would be my cheat, but it is low carb and it's high fat.
Oh, if it's low carb, I guess that's the. Do you like the blue cheese or the ranch?
Oh, both. I like both.
Man, keep them coming.
It's why not both? That commercial. But,
oh, for real? It's a commercial for that? I was I didn't know.
I think it was a taco shell commercial, right? Or they
the cheesy gordita or something like that, where they put a taco of Doritos and then cheese and then another layer of taco and then the burger. Dude, It's so insane how much cheese they feed us with these stuffs, you know? Did you know that there is a burger in Wendy's called the T-Rex burger? I told you about this, right?
Oh yes, and it was just stacks of cheese.
9
right?
stacks of meat and cheese,
cheese,
bro.
yeah.
You don't feel good after it.
Yeah, I feel like you sort of only order that as like to film yourself eating it or something. But good
Oh,
publicity
speaking about
stuff.
film, have you tried the piqué, like spiciest?
Oh no, I haven't. But you remember talking about it? Oh no, I haven't though.
Let's grab like one of them, not the highest one.
Okay.
Yeah,
I will not be able to handle it. It
me
would be
too,
really
me
bad.
too, dude. And especially like, no, it just goes there. It's like almost like acid, you know, like
Yeah.
literally melts your stomach and it causes you to hurt for a couple of days even after.
Yeah.
And then go through your intestine, wipe it out with this fire sauce that you're always feeling bad, you know, your stomach is always rumbling for a couple of days, just like feel like it's attacked just by eating such a spicy stuff. That is so insane. Yeah, I didn't know that at all. So I think we're getting into the main part now, which is when you're faced with like a challenges in general in life or with in general, and what is your like theory of like being in peace? What is your theory of like for me, for example, I would look as like I would focus on what is in my control. You know, I'll be grateful for what I got, and then I'll work my ass off and try to do my best. You know, and then I'm not afraid of failure because failure is learning. Even if I'm failing on the same thing twice, maybe I didn't get it in the first time. You know, but that's it. I keep trying again every day. That's my kind of theory. Is like don't be afraid of failing. And obviously, I never cared about what people think, so that was a given. But again, that's not for a lot of people. But again, I'm trying to put this out there because this is maybe my theory, but maybe my theory doesn't work for anyone. What's causing me to act like this? Maybe you have a different perspective, you know, of what give you peace, what make you think, you know, better about, regardless of circumstances.
I don't know if I haven't really thought about it much. I guess, you know, when I'm doing something and
You're more of a chill dude.
like, yeah, I mean, if I make a mistake, I don't like messing up. I'm not, I'm certainly not afraid to like fail, you know, and try again. But I think when I make mistakes, I'm hard on myself, maybe a little bit
Harsher than other people.
maybe a little too hard,
Correct.
in order to not make the same mistake. But overall, it seems to be working out for me, and I'm not afraid to like keep trying it, iterate, and fail again for sure.
But you're not like that hard that it's detrimental for you. Like it's like you're not beating yourself up.
No,
yeah,
no.
but it's just like, dude, you need to pay attention. This was really fucked up. This kind of talk.
Yeah, and it's pretty consistent that way. Like, I will, and I don't typically make the same mistake twice.
Correct.
But yeah, I don't really. Yeah,
Don't really have a theory for
not
it.
really. Yeah,
But
maybe
it's
if I thought about it
hovers.
for longer, and I pick up things that maybe I subconsciously do that I couldn't really put into words.
Do you meditate?
No, but I probably should.
Do you know, like, you tried meditation before?
I have, yeah, and
Okay.
actually my doctor recommended it once.
Because you're getting too angry?
No, I'm not angry. I don't really get mad, really, but yeah, just to like better your focus and
for
concentration
like
type stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why you said that though.
Yeah.
It's you never showed that at all. Like for the longest time I've known you, you've never been angry.
No, he said it specifically for concentration.
It helps too, yeah.
Yeah, but I know for anger as well, it can.
That's also another.
I mean, it helps for a lot of different like cognitive functions.
Correct.
Yeah.
It de-stresses you. Yeah, I agree. So coffee or tea? Think we're coffee bros.
Yeah, I like coffee. I like tea too.
I like
tea's
tea.
good.
Like tea can
I had
play.
this one sleepy time tea once. And it like knocks you out.
Oh, what is it called?
Yeah. I think that's actually called
sleepy
time
time?
tea. Yeah, and it says like don't operate a motor vehicle.
Oh, for real?
In like an hour of consuming.
Damn.
Yeah.
They have like those chamomile and
It has
stuff.
some sort of root in it that makes you. Yeah. I don't know the name of the root, but yeah.
Wow.
It's
That's
called
amazing.
sleepy time, I think.
Sleepy time?
Yeah.
And that puts you in good sleep?
Yeah, it really does. It works. It puts you in sleepy time.
I should figure out what a sleepy time is. Yeah, because sometimes I would have a little bit of just overworking on my mind, would be overclocking. You know, you get to that point of like you hyper extended how the mind works. So it's like it takes a while to go to sleep now. So like you cannot really go to sleep until you're exhausted, and that doesn't take another couple hours. It's just because you revved your mind so much. So I'm trying to find like a meditation before bed, and maybe sleepy time would be helpful.
Yeah, and you can get it at any store. In the
let's grab one, man. I'm all for it. Let's application today. Application. That's amazing. You wanna like start your application? Do you want to market it? Tell people what it is, or it's not out yet?
It is out. I mean, it's not really. It's not related to this topic, but
it's not this topic. We're switching topics.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want to add anything on
Sure.
like the peace and meditation and like functioning correctly in your day?
No.
Do you want to give a word of advice?
Gosh,
the younger fellas?
I don't know if I'd be good enough.
We have from 12 to 24 a lot of this males mostly, you know, but you don't have anything to say for these kids.
I don't know. I'm not.
Stay
sure.
safe, kids. And don't eat your veggies. Eat your meat first, then whatever you want later. It's like,
yeah.
So what about the app? How's it been going? How is it going to have like? Did you code the whole thing from the bottom yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I did. So I'm basically only doing the back end side, servers, databasing, any kind of like API requests. That's being handled by me.
Nice.
And then the front end of it, the application and how it looks, is somebody else, my friend, does that. But it is out. It's on the Apple Store. I mean, it's a social network, so it's not really related to nutrition, but.
No,
The idea is to go out and see, like, go on hikes and see the world, and you take pictures, just like Instagram. But every picture is associated with a location, so now you or your friends could go and type in like what you want to go do and find places to do that.
Nice.
It doesn't need to be like on like Google Maps or like. I think Instagram has a map now, but they're always like official designations.
Oh, okay.
Like, but there's places that like don't really have a name, but people like call them something, and we would have that too. So
Nice.
it's like I think there's a
accurate
there's like a
map.
cliff jumping spot called like Big Tit. Like you won't find that.
Where is it at?
It's on the.
Is it closer to here?
Yeah, it is.
Damn.
I'd have to open up a map to find it, but yeah, it's like a well-known like jumping spot that's like pretty high, like 50 to 60 feet.
Dude, are you like a daredevil kind of thing?
Oh no!
Okay,
but depending on the water level, it can be more reasonable than like another time when it's lower. But yeah, people do it all the time. Yeah, and you can get hurt, because you land on your side
I agree,
or something,
I agree.
and break a rib. But
yeah, I wouldn't do it.
No,
just to be honest, I wouldn't.
But it's just like you can post these types of things onto there.
Yeah, like the nooks and stuff like that. Nobody knows about.
Exactly.
Only the locals and the people who live here for a while. That's amazing. So what is it called again? Look at the camera.
It's called Lattice Social. Yeah.
Lattice. So we're gonna leave a link so people can download it from App Store and
it's
Google.
on iOS, and then it'll be on Android soon. But
amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Very proud of you, man. He's doing something great because, and in this app you can talk to other members who already posted, so that there's groups or like
follower system.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can message people, direct message. We're making something called circles that are a bit more.
Like groups?
Yeah, it's like a group. And you can create group chats, but circles are a bit more independent. But we haven't enabled the functionality yet, but it'll be something pretty cool.
I mean, guys, if you wanna, and people can download that, and anywhere in the world they can take a picture and put it on.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah. Support third party. Do not support the conglomerate people that feed us. And I don't want to talk anymore. Please, Lattice Social, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll send the link.
I'll send the link and we'll put it on here, guys. That's what we want to support. We start from like supporting people who really think about the majority of us, which is true. Like like these little nooks, that are little stuff, the little communities that doesn't really have any agenda behind it is what we're supporting right now, and that's what I'm doing. Younger entrepreneurs, like people trying to do something different. That's what we're all in for it. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, man, check it guys out, and anywhere in the world, in Thailand to Brazil, to Russia to Ukraine to, don't know why they came after each other, to England. If you take a place of a park or something, please add it on a thing so it can be more of a global approach. And for any local person in that area, if you know like a little hideout spot or a good spot, just post it out and share it, share the love, man. You know, it's nobody gonna show up in there, you know.
Yeah,
just
and
chill.
you can make your account private too if you want to just only tell it to your friends.
Correct. You can only tell like your close group of friends. That's actually a very neat
that's a part of the
subject.
Also the circles. If you have a public account, you can share it with just. It's not available yet, but it will.
But it will.
It'll be like a private group.
But that's an amazing functionality. It's like, look what I found, guys. Don't share this to anyone. See? So I got both. It doesn't have to be public. It can only be to your close group of friends. Yeah. That's hella dope, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's something like I wanted to make it in high school, and I just never had the time. And then when COVID hit, I had like basically
no time.
I could, but yeah, it's an app that I would use, and I thought, I think other people could.
And you built
too.
it by yourself?
With just my friend as well. Just I built the back end by myself,
and he did like the JavaScript
end.
on the front end and all that stuff. Okay, that's good. That's good. And you're like more of a C node or like
I know C. I only use that for like robotics type applications, but this was actually made in Node.js, so JavaScript
Node.js,
again.
Java, that's amazing.
And then MySQL on the databasing. I've been working with that for a long time.
For a long time.
Yeah.
The sequel of like the concept, the theory behind like where it all goes together.
Database structure, schemas, and syntax and whatnot. I'm pretty good with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I love it. Man, guys, give this guy Lattice social a chat, and we're all out here trying to do our best. Appreciate you, bro. Do you want to say anything to anybody? Do you want to follow on social, or is there anything?
No, I don't. I mean,
he doesn't participate in socials. He's not seeing my Instagram, dude. I have to beg him to see him on Instagram. It's like, you haven't seen the post because we talk about the same conversation, you know? What about food? What about diets? Like, dude, you haven't seen it. I already talked about this.
I got to check him out because I really do like your videos.
Appreciate it. But,
and I have socials, but I just don't really go on.
But it's not really, so if you're not watching TV or movies or social, like, you're pretty much working or working out, right?
Yeah.
I love this, man.
Pretty much.
Yeah, just grinding. That's what it's all about.
Which is kind of ironic because I have a social network. So it's
but that's it. You're not supposed to be on social. You're creating your own social.
Right. I guess it is good publicity. Yeah. I'm on Lattice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a new version of Threads, guys. Hopefully. All right, man. Very nice to meet you, brother.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. And keep it safe, and we'll knock it out. And follow for Dash Perception, also Dash Perception on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And this is the podcast channel, AVID Perception. We'll see you next time. Have a good time, guys. Bye-bye.